Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome, and sorry for not uploading in like 3 or 4 days. I have been traveling. I actually went across country to the esport org that I am a co-owner of, Space Station Gaming, to visit the guys there. Really fun, but I don't know if I'm anything like you guys, but I get exhausted and kind of stressed out when I travel, but that's my issue, not yours. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be plenty of rambling throughout today's video, but hey, it's a Void boosted summons event going on right now. So like every other Raid Shadow Legends YouTuber probably today, I'm going to go ahead and open some Void Shards for you guys. So as you can see, 16% chance for an epic, 1% legendary, 83% obviously rare. So we have double chances on the epic and legendary. So hoping to pull 21 of these and pull a legendary. Let's get a legendary. Let's do it. Let's do it. I've had some bad luck, and as a matter of fact, we're gonna start with some ancients, then we'll do the sacreds at the end of the video. But I had some bad luck recently. I actually recorded before I went on this trip. I recorded a summoning video, and I didn't even get one epic. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna upload this. Like, I mean, that's awful. Not one epic, and it was like 50 ancients. And here we go. We're keeping the streak alive with the no epics. Wouldn't it be awful if that happened again? And then, I don't know. I guess at that point I would actually upload it because, you know, I don't have a champion guide ready for you guys. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good 2020, by the way, so far. Looks like so far not so good on these ancients, but it's really the void is what we're after in today's video. My new year is going well so far. Just so busy. Oh, here we go. Here's an epic. It is Soul Drinker. Okay, let's check out his skills real quick. But yeah, my 2020 is going pretty well. You know, I'm sure I'll chat about that later when I'm pulling rares. Attacks one enemy, decreases bomb debuff detonation countdowns by 1 turn. I actually know about this guy. He's the bomb detonator. Now I know where I've heard his name before. So again, on his A2 here, raining fire, attacks 3 times at random, decreases bomb debuff detonation countdown by 1 turn again. And then on the A3, magma blast, attacks all enemies 2 times. Each has a 75% of placing a bomb that detonates after 3 turns. So then obviously the A2 and the A1 go ahead and detonate those sooner. Places 2 bomb debuffs on each enemy that detonate after 2 turns when this champion dies. A really, really cool passive, a unique passive. So I actually kind of like Soul Drinker. Maybe I will build him up because I actually don't have many good demon spawn champions anyway. So I'm kind of happy that I pulled him. Next up is... what about you guys? Did any of you open any voids? Do you have any voids saved up? When I get voids, like, I don't know. If I can have the patience, oftentimes I will go ahead and wait for a boosted summon event like we have right now because, I mean, you're getting double your value essentially, or double your chances at least, right? So Executioner, man. He's the guy that I give away on all my sponsored raid content on my main channel. And then let's go to the next one here. It's Banshee. All right, sounds good. That was the Ancients. I will not buy a power pack. No thank you, Plarium. Not today. Let's go ahead and open some of these voids. I will have to edit quickly at some point and clear out my champions. But no big deal. See, I've been grinding hard in Raid Shadow Legends, even when I was traveling, so veteran there. Even when I was traveling, I was trying to, you know, in the hotel room, trying to put in some time, trying to ascend a couple champions right now, mainly to do a guide for you guys. So Stone Skin is, I don't know much about him. Is he a new one? He looks new. He looks kind of cool though, guys, right? I kind of dig the, I don't know if it's you know, pleasant on the eyes, so to speak, but I kind of dig his look. His reviews, only 17 reviews, and they're all pretty much bad. So we'll really quickly go through his skills. Attacks 1 enemy, 50% chance of provoke. Okay. Fills the turn meter by 50%. Places a 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 3 turns. Okay. I was like, hey, okay, is A3. Attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff. Okay, he does suck, huh? He does suck. Like crit rate in the arena by 16%. Whoa. All right, whatever. He's only a rare anyway, but just figured I'd check him out, right? Not familiar with Mr. Stoneskin. I'm not familiar with a ton of the raid, or excuse me, the void rares, to be honest with you. Daywalker is next. I've seen him before. Let's see. Kind of tempted. Okay, Skirmisher. She only has 2 skills. Let's check him out. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Inflicts 15% more damage against targets who have no active buffs. Whatever. Attacks 1 enemy. Decreases the turn meter by 20% if this attack is critical. Yeah. And a 3 attacks all enemies. Removes 1 random buff from each enemy. Okay. Nothing to write home about. Next up. Let's see those epics and those legendaries. Come on. Where's my boosted? All right. Harrier, I feel like we get every single time we do these videos. Come on. Okay. All right. Dude. Fellhound, again. Nice. Have about quite a few of him. Okay. Okay. This boost is going great. Another skirmisher here. Okay. Nice to see you. Well, we've got all the bad pulls out of the way. Here we go. Here we go. We got my man Lightsworn. Lightsworn was actually one of the... was he available? When was he available in the game? He was available through something, and he's pretty solid. He might have been one of the kind of the free promotional giveaway champions at some point. He might have been a fusion champion as well. Either way, he has a pretty good rating. Let's go ahead and check him out here. Attacks 1 enemy 3 times, decreases the target's turn meter by 10%. That's actually pretty solid. 3-time hit on the A1. Brutality is the A2. 4 turn can be booked down to 3. Attacks 1 enemy, places a 50% decrease attack debuff by 30%, or excuse me, and a 30% decreased speed debuff. Okay, not too bad. And the A3 is Indomitable, places a 60% increased defense buff and a revive on death buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay. All right. I remember I've looked at him before, but I forgot he has that A3. Really solid, right? Pretty good support champion. Next up is, and if you guys have any of these champions and I'm missing something or I'm glossing over something that you see as a great value to them, go ahead and let me know. Hollow is meh ratings. We won't look at everybody and try to make this video somewhat timely, right? We'll only look at the epics and the Bloodhorn. I kind of want to look at him. All right, I'm going to break my own rule. Attacks 1 enemy. Since he only has 14 reviews, right? A 15% chance of placing a 25% decreased accuracy debuff. Okay, place a 50% ally protection buff on allies for 2 turns. Okay, and deep defense. If an ally is hit with a critical hit, place a 15% continuous heal buff on them for 1 turn. That's a passive. Interesting passive. Like, he doesn't blow me away, but that's a really cool passive, right? It's kind of like a passive heal of 15%. I'm not going to build them out. I'm not going to build them up, but, you know, it's cool, though. Paragon we've seen before. 10 left, guys. We've gotten 1. Okay, make it 2. Make it Warcaster. Okay, we already have a few Warcaster. We'll go over his skills. I get a lot of Warcasters for whatever reason. He's all right. Attacks 1 enemy, 40% chance of stealing 2 random buffs from the target on the A1. Not bad. Attacks all enemies. AoE on the A2, 50% chance of placing a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Pretty solid. And places a block damage buff on all allies for 1 turn. So this guy's, he's pretty, you've probably seen him in the arena, right? That's where he's usually used. And the void crit rate, yeah, whatever, on the aura. And you can see arena offense and defense is his highest ranking categories here. So definitely worth, if you have him, building him out if you're looking for that sort of a role. Can be annoying to deal with the block damage and the block debuffs. Daywalker, okay. We'll keep going here. 8 more. Probably gonna have to edit out in after a pull or 2 here. Okay. Here's another epic. It is Broadmaw. I already have a Broadmaw, but let's go ahead and check him out here. Attacks 1 enemy, 25% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. And increases, plays a 30% increased crit rate buff and a 15% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. And revives 2 random dead allies with 25% HP. Place a block damage buff on the revived allies for 1 turn. Obviously, the cool thing about this ability is a block damage buff on the revived allies for 1 turn. It's nice to have that. And it can be booked down to 5 turns. So not too bad, but, you know, again, it doesn't blow me away. You can see his highest ranking, again, is arena defense. And that'd be something that you would assume just by looking at his kit. Next up is... Okay, another, okay. Hey, I'm sure some of you guys are super jealous right now. Madame Cerise is, I have a guide out on her, and she is probably a top three, I would say, epic in the game right now, behind Tyrell. And I mean, you can make an argument. There's obviously she's an S tier epic in the game, better than quite a few legendaries. Just in case you're not familiar with her kit, we'll go ahead and go over it here. Attacks one enemy. You guys can just read it. It's the fear debuff that changes depending on the number of debuffs that they have. And then her A2 has true fear on it, right? Places a true fear debuff on for 1 turn on enemies who have buffs stolen. Well, let's start with the beginning, Ash. Attacks all enemies, 40% chance of stealing 1 random buff from each target, so an AoE. Places a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns if any buff is stolen. And place the true fear debuff for 1 turn on enemies who have buffs stolen. So true fear, just to go over it, just in case you guys aren't familiar, is when I'm sure you know it from the arena and it's super annoying. True fear is when instead of your next turn, you no longer cast your skill, but that skill is put on cooldown as well. Whereas fear is you just no longer use your turn, essentially. So true fear is super annoying. And then her, I think her best skill, where you can get the most utility out of her in dungeons, in clan boss, whatever, is the huge midnight ritual, which is on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. Really want to be booking her. Removes all buffs from enemies, faces a 50% decrease attack and a 60% decrease defense debuff on all enemies for 3 turns. Really, really solid, right? And then her Witch's Grace is awesome too. Places a passive shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. When attacked while under the shield, 35% chance of placing a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. So her kit's just insane, right? Let's kind of keep moving here. I wish I didn't. Well, I'm glad I have her, but really cool to get her. Again, cold heart. You can never have too many cold hearts, right? That's the old saying. Let's go ahead and just feed some champions here. I'll do it real quick so I don't have to edit it out. Let's go to the tavern and let's see. Oops. So yeah, kind of what I'm working on in the game right now, like I said, is just to show you guys real quick. I am almost done with maxing out Trunda. I have 1 more ascension level to go. Just need to wait till the magic keep opens, and she's kind of my focus right now. I finally cleared, thanks to Hell Hades, huge shout out, finally cleared Spiders 20. Took me 10 minutes to do it, but I cleared it. I guess I'll show you guys the team at the end of this video, hopefully if I remember. I'm old. What am I doing? See, I already forgot what I was doing. But yeah, so I'm working on maxing her, and I'm just trying to farm better gear at this point. Like, that's my main goal in the game. So I'm doing a lot of Dungeons 20 right now, basically all day when I'm editing, when I'm on business calls, whatever. I am just grinding Dragons 20. So don't want to give away Cold Heart. All right, cool. So now we have room. Let's go ahead and finish off. We have, what, like 7 shards left? Yep. So here we go. Let's get 1 legendary, huh? Let's get 1 legendary. Yeah, let me know what you guys, just out of curiosity, just because I kind of want to Stitch Beast. I kind of want to know, just to know like what you guys are into, what you guys are up to in the game. Let me know in the comments. Drop me a comment, guys. Tell me like what you're working on, which champion or which team or what is your current goal inside the game. Will help better, me better suit my content to whatever you guys are interested in. So Centurion is actually pretty good as like one of those cheesy comps that you can like tackle Ultimate Nightmare, I believe, or I might be thinking the wrong guy, but okay. Here we go. We got Faceless. So Faceless I'm actually not super familiar with. His ratings are not too bad, arena offense being his highest. Let's go ahead and take a look at his kit. Attacks 1 enemy, 50% chance of placing an extra hit. Okay. Plays a 30% chance increase crit rate buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks 1 enemy. Okay. And then attacks 1 enemy, will ignore shield and block damage buffs as well as defense. So, okay, he must be a heavy hitter and just like, kind of like a Mountain King or whatever, is that he just gets through the defense there and certainly can be a pain in arena offense, especially if you build him up to be like really robust as well. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. Doesn't wow me, certainly. Give me that legendary. Okay, that's not a legendary. It is Bellower. That's awesome, because, that kind of makes the video, because I've been wanting Bellower for so incredibly long. Definitely, right along with Cold Heart, one of the best Void rares and one of the top, 2, if not the best rare with Apothecary, in my opinion, in the entire game. Maybe Kill too. So I'm definitely going to max him out, and I'm going to do a guide on him because, he's one of the most popular and best campaign farmers in the game. He's good in all dungeons. All right, it's sacred time, guys. We didn't get one Void Legendary, unfortunately, but hey, still got some decent pulls. And here we go. Here we go. All right, so it is Hackorn Smashlord. Okay. I am not super familiar with my man, but he has really, really good ratings. Let's see. His best ratings are in Dragon's Lair, and that's about it. Nice Golem's Peak. So let's go ahead and check him out here. He's a Skinwalker. He's legendary. Attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Okay. Here we go. Removes all debuffs from all allies. Then heals all allies for 15% of this champion's HP. Heals each ally by an extra 10% of this champion's max HP for each debuff removed from them, and places a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns. You can see why his highest ranking was dragons, or like high end of any of the ice, like Ice Golem as well, right? He seems to be like, that's a really cool skill. And the heal can be booked and just damage, and the stun can be booked up to 55% as well in the A1. Let's check out his Blood Offering on the A3. Can be booked down to 4 turns. Sacrifice HP equal to 50% of this champion's max HP. Then attacks all enemies. Damage inflicted is equal to 50% of the champion's max HP. This attack is always a normal hit, okay, so it cannot be critted. Interesting. The HP sacrifice will happen even if it kills this champion. Interesting. And of course, his damage, I think, across the board is based on HP. Well, no damage on the A2, but damage based on HP on that Blood Offering. I kind of like it. It's like a kamikaze move out of this dude. All right, cool. Increases allies' HP in dungeons by 33%. So yeah, he's a dungeon. He's a dragon farmer. I might build him up just to check, just to test him out. And also, I have my magic is my strongest affinity. So I'm focusing in my Great Hall on almost exclusively magic right now, maxing out accuracy. Almost there, 1 more level. Okay, so it's going to be okay, so Rearguard Sergeant again. This is my 3rd. I'm very lucky to have 3 of her, but, we do have 3, so nothing crazy there. But she's going to be potentially built out to better my spider team. She's really good for spiders as a tank, thanks to Hell Hades, despite her rating rather. And then Clan Boss, excuse me. Actually, I wasn't going to build her out for spiders, even though she can be your tank in spiders and keep your team alive. But I was actually going to build her up for Clan Boss. Reason being is, A, I don't have anybody on my Clan Boss team who has a great aura. So increases force ally HP in all battles by 33%. And again, I do use 3 force affinity champions on my Clan Boss team. So just having that aura would not be the worst, considering I don't have any right now. I have a crit rate on Bad L, but I don't need the crit rate, right? Because all my champions on my Clan Boss team already have 100% crit rate. Let's see. Attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff. She would be replacing Madame Cerise in my Clan Boss team because she has a decrease of defense on her A1. So I can always keep Clan Boss because of her A1 under the decreased defense, right? And then her A2 is Flail Master, attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Heals this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted. So there it goes, the decreased attack and the decreased defense. So you have both of those abilities in her. And this is why I would be replacing Cerise, is place a 50% ally protection buff and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. And what she'll do is she'll steal that ally protection from my Skull Crusher, which is why another reason why I want her to help keep Skull Crusher alive. So I will build her out. And guys, I guess that's going to go ahead and conclude this video. I felt like I chatted quite a bit. Let me know if you like that style. If you'd rather me just pull the shards and shut up, man, just let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And again, back to steady, consistent uploads as the month progresses. Good luck in this Void champion shard pulling double boost. What the heck am I saying, dude? Either way, I'm going to have another one, I think, if we get a good void offer in the shop, I'll have another one tomorrow. So back-to-back shard opening videos, and then we'll get back to the guides and just kind of the general strategy stuff for the game. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.